everyone, and welcome. We're so glad you're here tonight. This is a very special night at Creative James Media. We are so excited to have Vicki-Ann here. This is her last book in the Alex McKenna series. The last one is releasing tomorrow. We are excited about this last book, but also kind of sad to leave the world of Alex. So, how do you feel about this being the last book in his series?
I do feel sad because for me, it's been such a long journey. The idea for this started back in 2017. Yeah, 17. So it's been an 8-year, almost 9-year journey, I think. And but it's also, I think, time for me to kind of let go because I've been so absorbed in everything having to do with Alex. As you know, we also did the short film. Still connected because I've got the script out there that I'm seeing what happens. But as far as writing, it's been a little difficult because I notice everything I try to write when I was still attached to the Alex series, somehow something from his world would creep in, you know? So sad and excited at the same time, I think.
He has such a rich world because it's not just about him, it's about his family. And if you really dive into these books, they are amazing books. So if you haven't read any, go back all the way back to Geranium Deaths and read the whole series. They really focus on his whole entire family. That family relationship is so important to him.
It is. It is. And that's a reflection on me and my family and how I grew up. Coming from an Italian family, family is first, always, and loyalty is everything. So I think because of that, though, I think because of that kind of support and acceptance for choices I made it, I don't want to say easy, but natural for me to bring that into Alex's world.
Definitely, you can definitely see how natural it is to just live in his world. It doesn't seem with his family that anything is forced or contrived. It's natural, and it's just a natural affection that they all have for each other.
That makes me feel good that you say that because that's exactly what I was going for.
And Margaret just fits right in.
I love Margaret. Margaret's got a little bit of me and a little bit of other people who are close to me, but she is definitely a champion. She stands by him and she family, which that makes it easier, right? Because he's so attached with his family. I love Margaret. She's probably out of all my books, probably my favorite character.
Oh, well, I like her a lot too, but just I like her with Alex. Just the combination of the two of them together is so strong.
Yeah, I agree. Which is good that you picked up on that too.
But I do have to say there is one character that I probably like more than any of the others.
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, what are you going to say? What do you think?
Wilby.
Nope. I like Wilby.
Oh. Ooh.
Well, I mean, the matriarch of the family. You gotta.
Oh.
You can't not love her.
Oh. You're talking about Graham?
Yes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, she's amazing. The way that because if you think about it, she's the matriarch. She's kind of formed this family to be what it is.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
She is definitely my grandmother in many, many, many ways. She was amazing. And I think about the generation, now my grandmother would be almost 20 years older than Alex's grandmother. But to be born in a time of 1913, like that's what my grandma was, to be able to sit down and have conversations with her, I think it's things that we talked about when, she came out for my wedding in the 80s, and just she was like, I tell people, and they're like, this was your grandmother you were talking to about these things. And yeah, because she was that kind of person. She didn't judge.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't, she didn't try to sway you. She just would join into and engage with your conversation and listen to you,
Mm-hmm.
really listen to you.
Which is so rare nowadays.
Yes, and like I said, especially for her generation,
Mm-hmm.
because I know a lot of people that I've met, friends that they say, "Oh, my grandparents would never, they would never think that way, or they would never, consider that, or they'd have a hard time with that," and she didn't.
Mm-mm. No, and Graham is accepting of everyone, and she loves her family more than anything.
Yep, exactly.
So we have some people that are just now joining us. So thank you for coming, and please type in the comments any questions you have for Vicki-Ann as she ends this series, and I'm sure she has many more things on the horizon that you can ask her about. But please ask questions about not just this series, but writing in general and anything else you're wondering about any of her writing and everything that she has going on, because she's a very busy lady. You are very prolific and you have a lot going on. And I have been proud to see your evolution as you develop other talents and things that I'm sure you weren't even sure that you had.
Oh, most definitely. I don't even know if I call it a talent to me, like how I view it, but maybe a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
things that I thought I could never do, that, you know, I've done. But yeah, it's, what it is too. I think it's got to be with my personality and my traits that, being a Capricorn, we never stop to really enjoy where we're at. We're
It's
always
true.
trying to do the next thing,
That I can relate. That's true.
And
Very true. Well, Matt wants to know, what is your favorite memory from writing the series?
I don't know, Matt, if it's an actual from something I wrote, but it has to do with someone who read it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this young person who came to a signing with their grandmother, and they bought the first book, and then they would consequently show up at other signings, and get the books. And one day they came up to me. It was actually at the premiere for the short film,
Mm.
and them and their grandmother came, and the grandma was at the across the room, and they came over to me, and they were crying,
Mm.
and they said, "Alex saved my life."
Oh, wow.
I was like, and they said, "No, Vicki-Ann, you don't understand. If you hadn't given Alex to us, and I did not read that and find out that what I'm feeling, or what I'm going through, this was validation for me, and it also gave me strength, I would not be here talking to you right now."
Wow.
So I would say, out of everything, and I had fun writing it, and I've had great memories of different times, of different scenes and all that, but that one thing is something I will never ever forget.
That's really strong.
Mm.
Yeah, that's such a validation of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And the fact that it's a testament to your writing that you can reach people like that.
I set out to do it, like, there was reasons why. um, I don't think I was prepared for the other people. It was written for someone close to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I had in mind. But at these book signings, these people that come up, these teens, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
teens that come up, and once they find out, because, it's like, oh, what's this about? And I start to go into my little spiel, and as soon as I say that Alex is transgender, the focus is not on the transgender though, but it's on the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the emotions come out. And, they want to hug you. They want to, they thank you. They just, some of them cry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my joy. That's
Mm-hmm.
I did it the way what I wanted to do. I
Right.
succeeded in giving them something I wanted to give them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Not everyone can say that they've done that. And for you to have written something that impacts so many, it's just amazing.
I don't think of myself as amazing, but I sure do think of myself as a champion and a supporter.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
I'm supporting.
Yep. Exactly. I totally agree. So there are 4 books in this series, and this is the last book, book 4. So um, what I think is unique about this is some of the characters from previous books come into this and become not just side characters, but more main part of the story. And we get to learn more about them that explains their behavior in earlier books. And I
Yeah.
really like that about this book.
Thank you. Thank you. It's funny, and I know you talk to a lot of authors, but when I sit down and write, I'm not a planner. I'm not.
Mhm.
Okay. And as I'm writing each book, and these characters are like here in the back of my mind from, the other ones, and they start to creep in, they start to do it. They're the ones who give themselves the
Oh,
spot,
yes.
you
Oh,
know,
yes.
because I don't plan on it, but they're there. And once I know that they're there and
Mhm.
that, the spotlight is on them and they do want to expand, then that becomes easier
Mhm.
because now I can, give that to them.
Exactly. Exactly. Would you like to read a little bit of the book to us?
I would. And I also want to say really quick, there was an excerpt that I really wanted to read, but after I reread it, I realized that it might be too much giving away and it might be too much towards the end of the book, you know. But I'm going to say this. If you pick up the book and you read page 240 and you start at the bottom, from then on, you'll know that is probably my favorite scene in the entire book. Okay, so this is in the beginning when Alex finds out that he's found out that Kyle has died. And that's no secret because we've got that on the back.
Mhm.
Um, Alex took a cautious step toward the billowing ghost. A new spirit hasn't mastered the skills of holding on to a solid appearance. And in the beginning, it could look like ripples in a pond. Kyle, what happened to you? Uh, I don't know. I can't remember. Why can't I remember? It's okay. You're going to be okay. It happens sometimes. It'll come back to you. Alex glanced over at Margaret. She was biting her cheek. She knew he was lying. It didn't always become clear what happened to the person, and those were the spirits that went insane, not fully comprehending their deaths, how they got there, where they're going. They refuse the light and wander endlessly in the abyss of the dead, the living, and the creatures that are damned and sinister. Telling Kyle telling Kyle that now would serve no purpose other than a cheap jab at revenge for all the crap he's done to him. Alex couldn't do it. Kyle, listen to me. We'll figure it out. But for now, I want you to follow me to my room. Can you do that? Yes. Are you sure you want to do this? This guy's a beast, a creep, Margaret huffed. I know, but he's a dead creep, and he needs my help. Alex inched closer to the confused Kyle. The once mean I can't say this word, I don't think. Can I say these words? The once mean bum, well, I don't know, was as helpless as a toddler. That's not a good word either. He repeatedly raised his hands to his face, his gaze mesmerized by his translucent body. How did I get here? Kyle turned to Alex. I'm not sure, but I guess your spirit reached out knowing I might be able to help you. Hey, cute girl, can you see me? Kyle hovered over Margaret. Alex rolled his eyes. Some things never change. Just follow me, Kyle. What happened? What did he say? Margaret whispered. It was stupid. He called you cute girl. Margaret's cheeks flipped from peaches and cream to fiery red. He's lucky he's already dead. I'm not sure what words were okay.
I never know on YouTube what you can get away with.
Yeah, so I didn't want to say that, but not that it's really bad, but you don't know.
Yeah, you never know what YouTube's going to flag. So, but that just gives you a taste of book 4. And if you like that and you haven't read books 1 through 3, or you just want to pick up book 4, go for it. The thing I like about these books is you don't necessarily need to read them in order to get the story.
You know what? And I did that on purpose. I really did. Once again, that's because of me. When I read a series, sometimes there's parts of it that interest me more than others. And so I thought that if I do this, and I call them cases, if I do this and it's a case that sounds interesting to someone that Alex and Margaret are on, then that's the one they're going to want to pick up. But they may not necessarily want to read the case prior because it doesn't sound as interesting to them.
Right. Exactly. Well, do you have a favorite out of the 4 books? Do you have a favorite?
You know, I'm going to have to say probably my favorite is the Geranium Dust. And the reason for that is that's the house that I grew up in Floral Park on Geranium. And there was a lot of activity in that house when I was younger. And I experienced it, my mom, my grandma. And so when I was writing it, it sort of brought me back to my childhood. Now, obviously, the things that Alex goes through is, magnified 1,000 times because last I checked, I can't move the furniture around with my mind. But, the things that happened there at the time when I was that age, at a vulnerable age, it left a lasting impression. And so being able to write the Geranium Dust kind of like got some stuff out.
Mm-hmm. I like that book a lot, but my favorite has to be A Winter's Night.
Is it?
It is.
I'd say that's my second favorite.
So I think I'm the opposite. I think Winter's Night's my first and Geranium Dust is my second.
I like the characters in A Winter's Night.
I love the characters in the hospital. I love them.
I thought that they were fun to write, and I also think they're interesting to read. Because you are going present time, and then there's these people from how long ago, and I like the language. I love Daphne.
I love her too.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was a good fun ride.
Yeah, that was a lot. It was very enjoyable. So I loved editing that one. Like I wanted to keep going. Oh, Samantha says she likes Academy of Souls.
Academy of Souls. You know what's funny? When I wrote that, I liked it. I enjoyed it. And how I got the inspiration was there was a big gym that closed down where we lived. And so for a while, and it was big because it was very expensive and it was set with all this beautiful greenery and everything. So it didn't even look like a gym. Mm-hmm. And then they turned it into a charter school. And so I started thinking, what if there was things going on in there prior, and then that's how that started. But I was going through a lot of stuff during that time. My mom was having issues, and we winded up losing her and all that. So I like the book. I like what I wrote, but my attachment to it was a bit limited because of things that were going on in personal life.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, all 4 of the books are amazing in their own right.
Thank you.
They all appeal to different people. They all, yes, they did all have 4 beautiful covers, as Matt says. They really would appeal to a wide variety of people. You just have to, like you said, you find what interests you, and you could start anywhere in the series. And once you read one, you're hooked. You want to read more. You want to get more. So, definitely. And all the covers are gorgeous. Victoria did a fantastic job. She's our cover artist, and I think that the covers got better and better as we went too.
Yeah, I like working with Victoria because I really feel like she understands me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we kind of talk a little bit about ideas, and then she just takes it and runs with it.
Yeah. She's done some gorgeous covers for us. So, but I missed a question by saying, what one did I miss? I see that she loved the concept for a school for spirits, and that she liked Academy of Souls. Did I miss something else? I need to see if I can scroll up. I don't see another question besides those 2 comments. So, okay. But a school for spirits is a really cool thing with Academy of Souls.
The one thing about Academy of Souls that I do love is the character Omri. Okay, her name was originally Mary, not Mary. I'm so sorry, Amanda. And my cousin Mary, who was a couple of years younger than me, during that time period, like it was probably like right before I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
She had gotten sick with cancer, and we winded up losing her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to do kind of like an homage to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I already had Mary as a lead character in The Darkest Light.
Right.
So I didn't want to do a Mary and a Mary. So I just reversed the 2 letters, and that's how we got Omri. And the love story between Omri and John is actually the love story between my cousin and her husband.
Oh.
So things that you see that like saying she liked this kind of music, because Omri is from the 1970s, I believe. The music that she liked is music that Mary liked. And then the playlist that goes with that book on Spotify is all of Mary's songs that she liked.
Oh, that's awesome. I think we have a delay with the comments because Samantha's comment just came up.
Okay.
So I think there is a delay with some of these. How do you come up with the ideas for each book? Can you talk a little about your process in developing the stories?
You know, it's really funny. I don't even know that I have what you would call a process, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
As far as writing, yes. You know, I get up in the morning. I usually start writing in the morning because that's my best time. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's where it flows better for me. But as far as ideas, they just come. I mean, I can be sitting in the car and, you know, see a building, and that building strikes something in me. And then from there comes the title, because that usually comes first for me. And then from the title comes the story. So as far as my process, I think it's just living day to day. It's also from things I experience, you know, things I have seen, things I have heard, and being able to take those things and put them down and then grow on them.
So we are going to end with some I'm sorry, I am really tired. I apologize. I am in the middle of homecoming craziness with my son, so he has me going all over the place. So I'm a little not with it today. And I do apologize for that. But we are going to have one more reading, but then we're going to end with what Vicki-Ann's doing now and what we can look for in the future. So let's listen to your last reading, and then we will hear about what you're currently doing.
Okie dokie. Okay. Darkness filled the space, void of any true light, with the exception of a faint glow from above, barely enough to distinguish the plane upon which Gina stood. So Gina, I should explain really quick, is in another plane of existence, and Gina is Alex's mother. So she's in like another dimension. Created by a coven of witches some 500 years ago, the Monteris were cousins to the Russos by marriage. Meant to be a neutral zone, the space was designed with no tangible surroundings, just the hollow call of a still wind. She pivoted a complete turnaround. She was alone. What the hell was my family thinking when they made this place? One would assume this barren orb was created so not contained within it could be manipulated for either good nor evil. Gina grew rigid. The words dripped like blood from an open wound. Why do you hide in the shadows? Are you sparing me from your true self? Or are you sparing yourself from seeing the horror in my eyes when I see your ugly ass? She clenched her fists. The silence was deafening, and Gina hoped she didn't blow it. Could the devil be sensitive? What in the God's name was she thinking? He's the ruler of hell. Of course he wasn't bothered by what she said. He was toying with her. You know why I'm here, don't you? Silence. All right, if that's how you want to play it, I'll go, and you can get the new soul I was going to hand you, and you can forget the new soul I was going to hand you. Oh, and I forgot to mention Oribus too. Wait. The baritone timbre commanded attention. A figure from the darkest depths of the empty space slowly emerged. Gina struggled not to lose it as two enormous split hooves stepped out, quaking the platform below her. Towering over her 5'5" frame, the devil chose one of his more disturbing images to present to his enemy. The perversion masked his true face with the well-known goat's head and large horns erecting from the top of its crown. The torso of the beast bore muscles the size of which any serious bodybuilder would trade their soul, and Gina guessed some probably had. The fallen angel, once a thing of beauty, bore many hideous faces, but the mash of animal and beast felt the most daunting to her. Gina swallowed hard to get past the knot in her throat. Her stomach, blazing with a volcanic-sized eruption, shot fire into her chest and settled between her breastbone. Growing woozy from her body's revolution, Gina pushed her feet firmly onto the ground, trying to stay erect. Crumbling was not a liberty she could afford.
And if you want to hear more, you have to buy the book.
I'm a terrible reader, though. I laugh when people say, oh, we're going to do a signing. Are you going to read? I'm just like, oh, is there somebody else who could do it?
Oh, you do very well. You do very well. But the whole imagery that you created in that scene, you can really see it unfold.
And that was one borrowed from an experience of my own. I'm not saying I saw Lucifer, but I saw something that would come. And it was a scary, scary experience.
Yeah. And how you use those experiences within your writing, you can really tell how personal the writing is.
Really? Did you think?
I do.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you.
So we are curious, what are you up to now, and what can we look forward to in the future?
Well, I have written a new book. It is witches. Okay. But they're Irish. They come from an Irish lineage. And it is modern day, but the idea is that the women when they reach a certain age, receive power from the mother of all of them. So going back, many, many, many years, and things start to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl, I say women, but it's girls. The girls start to have issues. Let's just say issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got that. I'm waiting for submissions to open. And then I'm also, as you know, I have the feature length, the adaptation of the Geranium Death that I've been, putting into festivals, and the small production company that did the short film is shopping around a little bit. So I don't, you never know. You don't know what's going to happen with that. I do know I've gotten some wins with the script, and that makes me happy. So we'll see.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure there's going to be plenty more coming down the road from you. And we are very excited to watch your future. There's something you left out?
I did. Can I say really fast?
Yes.
Okay, so I am writing a paranormal crime novel.
See, I didn't want to say anything. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because I was a secret that was.
Matthew Gabrielson. I call him Matt, but Matthew Gabrielson. And I'm very excited because it's very different for me. Matt's really good with the cops and the crime, and all of that. And now I'm bringing the paranormal in, and we're putting
that.
It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a release. You know what I mean? It's different. Yeah. I almost forgot that, Matt.
Matt's already told me that that's going to be eventually coming my way, so I can't wait.
Yes. We're got to make that deadline.
Well, we can talk.
Okay.
We have some wiggle room.
Okay, good.
Yes, we have some wiggle room, so we can talk. Is the short streaming? Oh, yes, is the short streaming.
It is. It's streaming on a few channels like Stash and Fossum, but you know what? The easiest place and the most affordable, because it's free, is YouTube. So if you just look up, you can just look up Alex and Margaret's Beginning on YouTube, and it'll come up.
Awesome. Well, we were so happy to have you with us today. We're very excited. Tomorrow, book 4 comes out. So please go pick up all the Alex McKenna books, and spread the word about this fabulous series. And you can start anywhere within the series that you wish, and you will enjoy the whole series. So we're very happy that everyone came tonight, and we will have this on YouTube, so you can like it, you can subscribe to our channel, and you can please share this video with your friends. So anyone that would like a paranormal YA story. So thank you very much for